before.
Frank Bryce is returning to write for Doctor Who. In the Forest of the Night, in the Forest of the Shite, more like. That was the worst episode of Series 8. It was one of the worst episodes of New Who. And he's writing an episode about emojis. I am not looking forward to this. And neither are most of the fandom.
After.
Wow, that was actually quite a big surprise, really. Yeah, well done, Frank Cottrell-Boyce. You pretty much surprised everybody. That was a great episode. On with the review. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to my review of Smile. Second attempt, because the first attempt didn't turn out so good. So, yeah, Smile. Now, this was the episode a lot of people were not looking forward to. For two reasons, mostly. One, Frank Cottrell-Boyce was returning to write. Frank Cottrell-Boyce, as I mentioned in my sketch, was the writer of the weakest episode of Series 8, which is In the Forest of the Night. Oh, by the way, if you can hear any background noise, I'm sorry. Yeah, and that has probably gone down as one of the worst episodes in this show's history, and it's my least favourite episode 10. I would even take it below Midnight now, which I'm not a big fan of. I know a lot of people like that, and I think for most people, that and Blink, another episode 10, turned out to be a surprise. But In the Forest of the Night was more like In the Forest of the Shite. As Crispy Pro has been saying. I think it was Crispy Pro. And second, he was doing an episode about emojis, or rather emoji bots on a planet. Yeah, not the best thing to talk about, especially with the upcoming Emoji movie. But when we actually saw the episode, it was actually quite a big surprise. It was very good. Well, there's the noise. Yeah, very good episode. It was really well done. Really, the only problem I would have with it is that once Ralph Little's character woke up, actually before that, the boy, I think his name's Praiseworthy, once he woke up, is when the episode started to dip. That's where I think it went from a great episode to a very great episode, just to a great. I almost gave it a 9 out of 10, but I decided no, because this, as well as the ending. So, yeah, the ending is very rushed. The Doctor just presses reset on the button. It's okay, but it's not that great. It's a bit of a cop-out. Personally, I thought it would have been better if the story was just the Doctor and Bill walking around. The only other characters would be the ones at the start getting killed off, and Ralph's little character appearing at the very end. So it's just Doctor and Bill and the emoji bots. They're trying to save the colony or stop it from being taken over. Tension, the Doctor has to reset it all. He finds that's the only way to do it. He does that, but there's a rack of tension. It's basically what he was doing with the attempt to blow up the planet, but with resetting instead. And at the end, Ralph Little character turns up, and the Doctor explains everything to him and leaves him in charge. And then they go to do the events of Thin Ice. I think that would have been a better episode. What we got was pretty good, but until Praiseworthy turned up, it wasn't really that great, and then it started. Sorry, it started not to be so great, and then after Ralph Little's character turned up, it started to dip. And it dipped all the way until we moved on. So, yeah. It wasn't a bad episode, it was a great one, but yeah, it's not really that great beyond the humans waking up until the Doctor sorted it out. The actings are good, though. I think Ralph Little does do a good job with what he gets, but nah. I think if the humans had decided to rise up and fight the emoji bots, I think that would have been better if they just accepted it. It's like, oh, I'm so angry. It's just like, but they don't understand. So it's a bit like the empty child, but with killing. And people rising up against them. So, yeah. Avoid that. I think that they could have done. But overall, this episode was pretty good. I think as I was saying, the acting was great. Peter Capaldi, Pearl Mackie, spot on. Matt Lucas has a little bit at the start to do as Nardole. He's just there, so people who don't like Nardole, you'll be glad to know that at time of recording, he hasn't done much in Smile and Thin Ice, the latest 2 episodes at time of recording. He had a bit more to do in the pilot and Return of Dr. Mysterio, but not a terrible amount. I think he's going to get more to do as the series progresses, but in the meantime, you're only getting him in small doses. So, if you don't like him, you should be okay with these episodes. So yeah, don't think any of the other actors stand out. I think the mother who played Gita Chandler, not the mother, the actress who played Gita Chandler, who's Riley Chandler's mother in the Sarah Jane Adventures, was there as the last victim before the credits started rolling at the start. Aside from that, there wasn't any other stand-up performance apart from Praiseworthy's The Boy, who was pretty good. I wouldn't mind seeing him come back. Not the character, the actor. And yeah, and Pearl Mackie was shining throughout. And the emoji box are pretty threatening, to be honest, at times. So this isn't quite as kid-friendly as In the Forest of the Night. And to be honest, I think that's probably one reason why it's a lot better. So, with Smile, I am going to give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, great episode. It could have been a 9 if the ending and stuff leading up to that was a bit better. But overall, pretty good. And I liked how it tied in with the beginning of the next episode, Thin Ice, as well as continuing from the end of the last episode, the pilot. So yeah, a really good episode, and yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Frank Cottrell Boys come back so long as he did an episode to this similar standard, as opposed to In the Forest of the Shites. Apologies, In the Forest of the Night. No, it was right the first time. I'm kidding. Am I? So yeah. If he does come back, I would be okay with it, so long as it was something like this, and which hopefully, if not, something in the middle, because at least then he would know he's not doing In the Forest of the Shite or worse again. So that's it from Smile. Next time, Thin Ice, which I shall do in a few minutes. I'll see you guys next time.